Yes, we are back again in Train Sim World number 6, back again on the West Cornwall local route, which I'm on a modded version of, and you'll see why when I look to my right in a second. We're going to start here at St Austell, make our way down to Penzance, see if we can come back to St Earth, go to St Ives, come back to St Earth, and get back to St Austell in a different train for each leg. We'll see if we can do that. For those of you watching on the YouTubes, hello. Hi! You'll find links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get this route. A link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy doing twains every Tuesday. And a link down there to the Discord server as well. If I remember, I'll link the Trains in Community mod site where I got the modded version of this. Good evening then to Trent, to Sim, to Round Knight, to Jammers, to Nico, to Stokey, to everyone. Yes, I'm late because me and we're in this. So this shows that we're definitely in a modded version because this doesn't appear in the standard West Cornwall local. We're running a 2019 timetable. So we will get on board and unlock the doors and get everyone else on board. So stopping at, zooming in, that's zooming, Truro, Redruth, Camborne. Thankfully, it's train no stop Camborne Wednesdays. It's not Wednesday, Thursday. Anyway, St Earth and then the Penzance. That is where we're going, and we are under diesel power. So we'll give it a bit of volumes so we hear the dieseliness. How am I? I am good, I think. Right, 13 miles to the Truros. We are single. No, look, just because I've done this for 2 days doesn't mean you can forget exactly how to do it. You are a professional, you can do this.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Penzance. We'll be calling at Truro, Redruth, Camborne, St Earth and Penzance.
We started to go backwards a bit there. There we go.
The next station is Truro.
It is. No, we're going forwards now, it's fine. We started strong. It's okay. Right, out we go. I may be on one of these at the weekend. If I can work out a way for it not to be £4,000. Yeah, he'll start its clutch control. I need to put the anti-rollback thing on. The hill hold, that's the one. The anti-rollback. I knew what I meant. Turn on drive assist. Okay. Now we do that because I'm a professional.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Yeah, easy. Hill starts. They still do hills. I suppose not many people are learning to drive in manuals anymore. Oh, that's not good, Sim. Well, you know where I am if you need to talk. But sat here driving a train. Just left St Austell. But no, if you need to chat, you're more than welcome to DM me. Yeah, my day was alright today. Bing! So yes, I can highly recommend if you've got this on the PCs. No, not Riviera Line, Cornwall. Then definitely looking at the Train Sim Community website. Lots of good of the mods and things on there, including this timetable, which brings you this from the Riviera Line. I wish I could spend a day in front of the TV. Well, I did that yesterday. I finished watching the animated Stranger Things last night. Yeah, I really hope there's a season 2. You've got 2 left. Bing! I should expect a report before I go to bed tonight then, Trent, as to what you think. It's one of those routes in standard form with the 150 going up and down. It's a bit, but adding the mod in, which, if you've got the Riviera line, gives you, oh crap, that was fast, gives you this and some other stuff we'll look at when we get there. Tomorrow, well, it's useless. They're 27 minutes each. So yeah, what we'll try and do is do a different train for each leg. Hi, McBone. So this obviously down to the Penzance. We'll do, well, it's going to have to be the same train going to Thingy and back, isn't it? St Ives. 7 cats, kittens, wives and elephants. Then we'll try and take a different train then back to St Austell. I think possibly a Voyager could be on the cards. Yeah, I do like the way these things sound under diesel. And having done this journey, did do it last year? Yeah, I did do it didn't do it this year. Did it last year and the year before. Did a day trip to Cornwall. There has been a big update. The only thing I don't like about the Voyager, which I do say, and probably will say again later on when I drive it, is that the engines are high revving. But someone said about there's a reason for that. But they just all sound like someone's just left the throttle open about 23%. How is you? Oh god, it means I listen to you. Oh. No, when they're idling, they rev high. High, not that sort of high. But yeah, it's not a bad line, this. Obviously, in reality, it's not that busy. I, like everybody else, wished they'd have done the whole thing to Plymouth at least. But whether we'll eventually get St Austell to Plymouth, because crossing the Tamar Bridge is quite iconicness with its iconicness. But it's surprising when you get down this far, you think, oh, we're nearly there. No, 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 no. You don't get back to Swindon until Monday. Wow, lucky you. Have I driven any fastest trains on Train Sim? I've done the Southeastern High Speed. I've done the TGV. The ice trains in this, you don't really get to go that fast in because the routes that they're on aren't that rapid. Hi, Daniel. Well, yeah, it's one of those length limitation things. And it's a bit of a trek on, isn't it? I don't know what the time is from St Austell to Plymouth. But I think it would have been too much to do Penzance to Plymouth. It's a shame, really. It's about another 40 minutes, I think. So, yeah, ending at Truro would have been too short. Ending at Plymouth would have been too long. So I don't know why St Austell. It's just like, really? It is a fair old way. Avoiding town for the weekend for some reason. You'll be safe from probably mid-morning on Monday, Nigel. It used to be Sunday afternoons. There was a sense of calm used to come back over Swindon when someone used to leave on a train. It'll be Monday morning now. This week, anyway. So yeah, this is one of those routes that just wished it was now the train route. Wished it was longer. Obviously, everyone's disappointment at the Great Western Express only going as far as Reading. So in theory, we should see some stuff, but obviously being single track, we're not going to... There's been nothing coming the other... Well, if something comes the other way, we've got a bigger problem. But we should pass some things at the places where we do the passing of the places with the things where you do the passing. Feels odd having an IET on this line. Well, 2019 there was. I'm surprised the HST wasn't in this as standard, because they were running up and down there. It is a nice route to do by train. Like I said, did it 2 years ago. There's 3. No, we met one down in St Earth because there's an hour behind us, and we all came back together. But yeah, it was actually, surprising. You can do Penzance and back for a day out. I was taking advantage of the GWR sale. It was like 30 quid, I think it cost to go Penzance and back. Like, yes, please. Could have done it this year, but couldn't quite get the dates that I wanted to work, and didn't want to go on my own. I've done Land's End. I did Land's End and back on a motorbike. Started out going to Weston-super-Mare, and then thought I'd go to Paignton, but then come off the end of the M5 and thought, I don't fancy Paignton, and then went down the A30 and was just like in the zone and ended up at Land's End. Am I still planning for Germany, Brussels in September? I don't know. I've been going through some conflicts the last few days, or the last few, last few days. Right, so we did have one train going the other way there. I don't know if we'll see any Voyagers on this. So it depends on the timetabling. There's only a couple of timetable runs with these down here. But we probably pass something else at Truro. In Truro, where you've got the branch off to Falmouth, haven't you? Because I'm sure that's where we changed on the way down, and then got the train down to Falmouth. I like Falmouth. I like that little jetty. I went and got a pasty and sat and ate that on the jetty in Falmouth. I was happy then. That was what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. How are we? We are good. You had to hide in the car. Well, you are a wuss. There's no maybe about it. That's a definite. So yeah, so making our way down to Penzance. So I'm in a modded version of this timetable, available on the Train Sim community site. So it's a 2019 timetable, which adds in the IET and the Voyager, should you have them. Pat's not far from you, Connor. He's in Fort William. Nice guy, William. I don't think he's found his fort yet. So to another passing point here. No, Connor, definitely not. It's ruined and rather disappointing. Sounds like you. It took a long time to do 7 miles. Probably because the line speed isn't that high. Roy Bridge. Oh, it's Roy. Hang on, no, next month's Roy Bridge Day. You're not ruined. Okay, so you didn't deny being disappointing. You were more concerned about not being ruined. Yeah, disappointing. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not ruined. That's a tunnel. So hopefully when we get down to Penzance, it should be fairly busy. Oh yeah, he could go over the Harry Potter. He's never seen Harry Potter, so he wouldn't know it. Neither's Trent. If it wasn't for the fact that it was 2.5 hours long, the first film, I would have suggested watching that on Sunday when we got back here. Hi, Barry. Instead, we're going to make Pat watch the first episode of Stranger Things. Alright, half a mile to Truro. We should get an announcement now, hopefully. Soon, maybe. Possibly slightly. Maybe.
We are now approaching Truro.
Thank you, Barry. You've been to the place it been filmed? Hang on, so you've done the Harry Potter Warner Brothers Studios, yet you've never seen Harry Potter? It must be the most confusing day out ever. What's all this about? Yes, there is. That's the famous viaduct from the Harry Potters. You should go there, take a picture of the viaduct. There you go, something for you to do. Hey, we're only 2 minutes late. It's on the plan. We'll get on with it then. Go now. Really? Really? 8 yards. Really?
This is Truro.
Right, we have arrived at Truro. Making our way down to Penzance. We're on the way to happiness and misery again. And if you're new to the streams, say hello in chat. Go on. Go on. You know you want to. The Glenfinnan Viaduct. Okay, the new. No, look, no. Every time. I really need to get a better clock. No, okay, no, look, now, okay. Maybe, okay, right, let's start this again. No, if you're new to the, don't do it.
Welcome aboard.
Hang on.
Great Western Railway service to Penzance. We'll be calling at Redruth, Cambourne, St Earth, and Penzance.
What I meant was, okay, and I'm going to try and be.
The next station is Redruth.
I'm going to try and be clear now. if you're new to the streams and you've not ever typed in chat before, then say hello. Ah, see? Right, go. 7 miles to Red Ruth. Nice girl, Ruth. Not happy about being covered in red paint. Right, we are 7 miles from her, nonetheless. It's very bouncy. So that's the Falmouth line straight on. And we are veering off. Right hand indicator on. Off we go. Hey, if trams could have indicators. Oh, I got... there's a new thing coming out. Subway Sim 2. There's a new line coming. So I found out today that I've been given. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to record and look at it. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream it, but that'll be coming in the next week or so. Berlin line or something. There's a train. Hello, I'm going to do the horny thing. That was a hust. Is there a subway? Yeah, but I didn't realise there was another line coming from Subway Sim 2. I also got something else today. Anyway, can't remember what it was. There's the thing. I'm good at this. Some say. Promise. Hang on. It's 50. This is an hour. It's going to be close because this is an hour. I just said that. I'll say it again for context. This is an hour. Then we got to get back to the St. Earthy place. Then try and get down to St. Ives. And then back from St. Ives. And then see if we can get back up here. We may not do it. We might only get as far as Truro. It's fine. We will do what we can do and no more and no less. Well, we can't do any less. We're not going to do any more. So we'll do what we do. If I did any less, I'd be just stood on a platform for 10 minutes doing nothing. And who'd be that lazy when putting out content? Bing! Get you entertained waiting for a ferry. Was quite a busy one, that one. Apart from my disappointment at the end, I was genuinely surprised. I was like, "Oh, it's going to any second. It's going to be no." No one watched it to the end because the average viewer's time is like halfway through. I can't see that being a continued series. I think I'm going to do one more of doing an hour from somewhere on 4 times, and I think we will knock that one on the head. I'd be daft enough to watch it. Well, yeah, there is that. It's very twisty and hilly. You think they've just done a straight line, wouldn't you? Just get a ruler out. Right, straight line between there and there. Straight line between there and there. Done. You're not daft. I'm not going to say it. Hi, Pops. Okay, so we've seen two trains coming the other way so far. 20 to 1 in the afternoon. So no, this isn't a really busy timetable down here, although I'm on a modded timetable. Even that's still realistic. So they're not frequent services. It's almost a shame really they didn't give us like the branch line off to Newquay or something. That'd have been quite cool. You never know, it might come. We might get an addition to this with the line down to Falmouth, a little branch line to Newquay. That's the only lines, I think. Don't think it goes anywhere else. There's an old station. You can tell that by the fact it's an old station. So what's on the way down to... I can't think what that would be. I think Major on the way between Truro and Redruth. You've got Camborne. You haven't been on an IET before. I like the GWR ones. Seats are a bit hard in cowl class, but I just about survived the 6.5 hours, whatever it was, down to Penzance and back. Yeah, it was nicer coming back in first class last time, until we got invaded by drunk idiots at Bristol. So I might be on one on Sunday if I can find a cheaper way of getting to London. Just the first train out of Swindon on a Sunday is 8:30 in the morning. It's like, what? Yeah, Newquay's one of those places, isn't it? We used to come down to Cornwall for a fortnight every year camping, and the only time people went into Newquay was when it was raining and you couldn't go anywhere else, so you queued to get into Newquay. I think once we queued to get in, drove around for an hour trying to find a parking space, and then just gave up and went back. So we were gone like 3 hours. It's meant to be good for surfing. Well, go surfing then. Off you go. Take your surfboard. It is Fistral Beach and all that. You don't have one. Well, buy a surfboard. It's quite simple. Surfboard, wetsuit. It's not even very adventurous, is it? Streams coming up. What's today? The Tuesday. It is. Tomorrow night, car mechanic sim. The old one, not the new one. I bought it because it was cheap. So I'm going to give that a go tomorrow night. Thursday night is Parisian Brasserie sim, where we're going to be up on the roof, serving cocktails and things. Friday night is going to be some trucking. Trucking and tunes on Friday. Saturday night, don't know what. There'll be something, but I don't know what. On Saturday night. Not here Sunday because in London. And then Monday night is going to be... I think I'm going to do another one of the train trip things, but on the London commuter.
We are now approaching Red Roof.
Yeah, see you, Nigel. Nigel would say it's unwatchable when the signal's good. There is a Monday stream. The train watching, the train thing, like we did on Saturday night. Why have I got to stop so far off the platform? See, now it's wanting me to do this. My thing's too long.
This is Red Roof.
It is Red Roof. That is quite long. You know how sad it's making you. Yeah. So yes, I think after last Saturday's trip, we will be going to Bushy on Sunday, and also Balham. We won't be going to today's train watching place. I'll be going through it. Right, Camborne is next.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Penzance. We'll be calling at Camborne, St Earth and Penzance.
We will be calling it
The
Camborne.
next station is Camborne.
It is Camborne, but it's not Wednesday. Trains don't stop Camborne Wednesdays. Thursday. What day was it? Trains don't stop Camborne Wednesdays. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember what the joke was now. I saw Jethro once at the Princess Theatre in Torquay, and Jesus, absolutely hilarious. I saw him down there, saw Jim Davidson, saw Bobby Davro. Now there's a blast from the past. It was a while ago. I used to make a point of seeing who was on when I was down there. It's like, oh, who's at the theatre? It's Wednesdays. Trains don't stop Camborne Wednesdays. Okay, well, that's a good thing. It's Tuesday then. We can stop. It's fine. We're doing fine now. What the friggin' heck was that? Jesus, you could have warned me. Thank you, Barry. Holy crap. Yeah, thank you, Barry. So what the hell's that noise? Yeah, it doesn't mean that just because I can stop there on a Wednesday, Tuesday. Am I okay there? All of a sudden, a noise appears in my headphones. I'm like, where the hell's that coming from? Alright, 1.7 miles from Camborne. 37 gift subs Barry's done. Barry is a legend. I think it'd take us a while down here because of the slow, speedy limity things. Hype train incoming. You'll have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Will you now? Right, we will shortly be arriving at Camborne. And you can tell that by the way that we'll shortly be arriving at Camborne. Bing! I watched that Tom Scott video, I don't know if anybody else has seen it, where he went into the university.
We are now approaching Campbell.
with the dummies, and thank God bits of it were blurred out. I was eating my lunch. I am tempted by Nebula because he promoted someone's channel on Nebula that actually seems quite interesting, called Day Pass. Quite like the idea of that. So it's like $30 a year. I might have to just sign up for Nebula. Oh, that's brakes. That's brakes. You was going to watch that this morning and then didn't. Well, you're useless then, aren't you?
Camborne.
We have arrived at Camborne. Thankfully, it's not Wednesday. You have places to be. You're on holiday. You shouldn't be on a actually saying, what am I saying? I'm the worst one for that. Right, we're leaving at 6 a.m. We're going to go there, then we're going to go here, then we're going to go there, then we're going to go there. Hang on, I'm actually on time. What's going on? They must have had some slackness built into the Timetable. Been waking up early. Well, yeah, I'm the same. 6:03. Well, no. Well, yes, that is the case pretty much with one going away with me. He was up late today, 7:30. I was already getting annoyed by emails by 7:30.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Penzance. We'll be calling at St. Earth and Penzance.
Yeah, it was light early here. I might start shutting my blind in the bedroom.
St. Earth.
Right, 6.7 miles to St. Earth. So we go down to Penzance, come back to St. Earth, and then do the St. Ives branch, and then see how far back up the line we can get in another train. Possibly from St. Earth. But that depends on timetables. I don't think we'll be able to do... No, yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do it. Like, we're getting to Penzance now. I don't think there'll be anything else coming back out again quickly. Well, we'll have a look. That's stopping at St. Earth. We can nab that. And then we'll have to just... The problem is if the St. Ives train isn't in, you can have like half an hour wait. Because it is just one little shuttle that goes up and down. We've still only seen, what, 2 trains so far, so 40-minute run. 2 other trains. I would have thought we would have seen a bit more than that by now. That's a corner. Another abandoned station. It's where you almost want to see an older version of this line with the stations open. I wonder if someone's done an old mod and had, so I imagine it was a beaching thing maybe. Some of these stations were closed. Good old beaching. I think what our network would be now if it wasn't beaching. If it just kept the lines there, kept the stations there. I know a lot of them are turned into bike paths and stuff and now can't be turned back into railway lines. But blimey, the infrastructure. Was lunch ruined? Someone made a comment at time was that? About 2:30. Someone was sat at their desk eating, the guy with the kitchen. I said, blimey, do you ever stop eating? He said, I didn't have a lunch break today. I'm not like you. I don't sit and have lunch for an hour. I said, I didn't have lunch for an hour. He went, ha. I said, check my email outbox. You'll see how many emails I sent between 12 and 1. I said, I might sit there and listen to a podcast, but I'm actually working. Oh. Shut him up. I do need to get away from the desk because the problem is an email comes through, I respond to it. Right, we are 3 miles from St. Earth. Thought you were going out walking. Problem is, I still need my lunch, and because I was watching stuff on YouTube, I can't really do that whilst out walking. I've started listening to a podcast in the car, so what I need to do is eat my lunch and then go out. I don't think anyone's realised I'm off on Friday yet. I'm hopefully going to just not mention anything, because when I was off the other Friday, my Thursday afternoon was ridiculous. Go to Greg's? That's a long way. I'm not doing that to go out in the car. Can't afford Greg's. I take lunch for me. My wallet doesn't come to work. I'm sure the thing is, if my boss remembers, she reminds me and says, don't forget to email people and let them know you're off. Rah. I quite like a ring donut. I know ring donuts are boring, but I quite like a ring donut. The problem is with a jam donut is you've always got that fear factor. You've either got to take a bite and then shove your tongue in and get all the jam out, or you just got to accept the consequences of being jammed on. So at least a ring donut, you know you're safe. Well, there you go, Connor. So what you want to do is you want to email him tomorrow and ask him if he's feeling better. That's how it starts. Yeah, there's a lot of thefts that happen with Greg's in certain areas. People just going in, just grabbing stuff and walking out. Yeah, just follow up email. Just nice, short and polite. Going, hi, just checking in to make sure that that the flu isn't too bad, that you haven't been able to get on your PC. Yeah. If you send a couple of emails, you send 2 or 3 and he doesn't respond, then just, not say give up, but back off. What's today? Tuesday. No, a couple of days isn't
We are
annoyance.
now approaching St. Earth.
What you could do is, now this is what I would do, is I'd put in a picture of a box of Lemsip in the email and go, this is what you need, take some of these, that'll make you feel better. Right, we're here at St. Earth. The St. Ives train is gone, which means it's down on the branch line. This station looks exactly like this. I love the fact that they get the details right on the stations. Of course I'm going to stop. I'm a professional.
This is St. Earth.
Alright, let's have a look on the...
This is a Great Western Railway service to Penzance.
So where is the train? Where are you, train? I bet it's down at St. Ives. Ah, it's on its way back. I could work out quite well. It's on its way back. It's about a 10-minute return trip. So if we can get down to Penzance and back quickly, if there's something leaving again, there's a good chance we could then take that down to St. Ives and back, and then we'll see what departs from here. But first we've got to wait to depart here. This is one of those places I imagine for the staff. It's like, come on, one more stop. So all we've got to do is one more stop. Or is the train coming the other way? Right, next stop, Penzance.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Penzance. We'll be calling at Penzance only.
We will. So yes, looking
The
forward.
next station
Shut up,
is
I'm trying to talk.
Penzance.
Yes, alright, you've just said that. We're calling it Penzance only. So of course the next station is Penzance, because that's the only station we're stopping at. I am looking forward to going to Bushy on Sunday, and our day out in London. Going to Balham as well, which is where I did my second 10-minute train watch from. And also doing something I've never done before, in going to a place where a TV show was filmed. So we're going to go to where the Slow Horses office is. So we're going to go there. Never really done that. Gone to actual locations of where things were filmed. So it'll be another one of those days in London where I'm sure we'll just run out of time, because that happens every single time you're reading the last book in the series. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next season. Last season was a bit slow. It's one of those that the first season was the best because it was new. Right, Penzance, and then we'll see what's in when we get there. If there's anything leaving. Coming back up again. Really, it might not be. There might be a hippopotamus on the line. You just never know. What about a plane? Could be a plane. What about an automobile? Worse than a llama. There wasn't a llama in my living room when I came up here, what, an hour ago. Hopefully there isn't when I go back downstairs again. Right. You never know. Well, I can look on the planty cam and check. There's no hole in my roof. So we should be able to see St. Michael's impressive mount. There it is. St. Michael's Mount. Disappointing. Been there once, wouldn't go back. Tourist reviews with Steve. Is there a hole in my bucket? I don't own a bucket. Do I own a bucket? No, I don't own a bucket. There might be one in the shed somewhere. I'm too scared to go in there. It's full of stuff. That's a... Where are you going with? Oh, it's a little chuntler. Taking him through the train wash. At least you got a nice clean shunter. There you go. Perfect, Connor. You know what? If I received an email like that, I would smile. No. Good one. Hopefully you get a response. Happy Tuesday. Choo Choo Tuesday. Twain's Tuesday. Round we come into Penzance. I like Penzance. I like walking around the harbour, round by the swimming pool. It's just one of those places where I just go. Right, in we come. Is there anything else in? That's the question. Because if there's nothing else in, then the next thing going back out is going to be this. And that's probably going to be quite a slow turnaround. I don't see anything else. I used to watch him. I've been put off by transport people. I used to watch a lot of them because it made the important person in my life happy because they watched a lot of them. So you do that thing that you do when you watch stuff that interests them, and then they watch stuff that interests you. So I've unfollowed a lot of those people. I managed to do the whole block their content on YouTube thing as well. I'm even getting bored of Jeff Marshall now. Yeah, there's nothing else leaving, so I think it's going to be back to the menu then. Because I don't think this is going to turn around that quickly.
Penzance. This is a Great Western Railway service to Penzance.
Jog back to St. Earths. Hey, what we could do, let's say stop the engines, but we can't. Oh, hang on, because I might be in. Oh, fine. Right, let's get back to the main menu. Who we want as a new First Minister? Pat's up there. Have Pat. Keep him up there. Someone atted me in the server. Someone has atted me in the server, haven't they? Right. So yes, as I said, I want a modded timetable. So the 2019 timetable, which you can find on the Train Sim community website. So this now adds in all this lot. So we've got the 150 as we had before. We've got the HST. So what I'll do now is we'll take, because I want to do the Voyager. Actually, if we do, yeah, let's do the HST. Thank you, Trent. HST back to St. Earth. Then we'll do the 150 St. Ives and back, and then we'll do a Voyager. We'll see if we can work out the timings and do a Voyager then, but we'll go and wait for it at St. Earth. So let's go HST now. Penzance to St. Austell. Let's jump in that. Hang on, can we have chosen a... let's choose a livery. There we go. There we go. Right, so back to St. Earth in a HST. Then we'll do the little lovely with 150 down to St. Ives. Okay. Shove my thing in. No, no, twist it round. There we go. Forwards. Doors are unlocking. Lights are on day. The older timetable only gives you the 150, so you do the whole run in a 150. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best route out there because it's old and there ain't a lot on it. But you can't beat the chance of some HST action. Don't know what line to do next week. The week after next, we'll have a new route to look at, I think. Actually, no. Next week, there might be a new something. The week after could be a new route. So we will shortly depart here. We're only going to take this back to St. Earth. And hopefully the train's on it either there or on its way back when we get to St. Earth, to St. Ives. If it's down at St. Ives, we might have to speed up time. And then we'll see how far we can get in a Voyager back towards St. Austell. Streams coming up tomorrow night. Going to be here playing Car Mechanic Sim, the old one, 2021. Bought it in a sale the other day for £3.50, so I thought, why not? Thursday night is some Parisian brasserie sim. Me and Trent serving cocktails to people. That's going to go well. Friday night we've got some trucking and tunes in either ETS2 or ATS, still to be
The
confirmed.
next station is St. Earth. This is a Great Western Railway service to Plymouth.
And then Saturday night something. Trenty's going to be here. So got to work out what we can do. I was thinking of being Crawl and just letting Trenty drive a train, see how professional he was. But I've got a couple of days to think about that. They could do like our ex-comrade used to do and just use the PC downstairs and the headset and do something. And then not here Sunday because we're in London. And then Monday night, I think I'm going to do another one of my train journey things like I did last Saturday. So being a passenger, trying to get to either Brighton or Victoria. Omsey. Oh yeah, Trent could do one. That's an idea. I could just sit in the guest chair and watch. Probably this Trent's only going to get here like an hour before the stream, so it's getting it all set up, trying to have food, get it all set up, go through what my controls are. I think that might be cutting it a bit fine. Right, back to St. Earth. In the HST. I haven't done a thumbnail yet. Yeah, because I'm driving an hour north of here to pick up Trent. Well, there you go. Well, at least you know. So, there you go. Yeah, some people only use Facebook for family, and that makes sense. I send you my controls. I'm not doing that. No. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook. I've been on Facebook for 6 years because my family are on Facebook. So just after my mum died, I came off Facebook. So what do I say or do now? You could go back with a polite thing saying, yeah, not a problem. I understand only using Facebook for family. Makes sense. If you want to chat more, I'm always available on email, or are you on Instagram or whatever? Yeah, I'm not on Twitter anymore. I deleted my Twitter account. I deleted my Instagram account. I'm not on Facebook. Yeah, the thing is, that means mobile phone number swapping. I wouldn't do that. At least with Instagram, you don't have to swap numbers with people. Snapchat? Snapchat's a good one. So we had a Snapchat group and Sims and stuff Snapchat group once. I like Snapchat. It was good because you didn't end up with your phone full of messages. So pictures got deleted like after 30 seconds. So you just send someone a funny pic throughout the course of the day, or put the little emotes in, which I used to like doing, or send a selfie with a a dog face on and stuff. It was quite funny. And then your messages got deleted after a day, I think it is. So it's actually quite good because you didn't clutter up your phone. It isn't just about sending those sorts of pictures. Bing! Right, so we're going to stop us on Earth and see where the St Ives train is. So we'll try and do IET HST 150 Voyager. That weather changed. And I think next week we'll do another busy route. Maybe one of the other American ones. Maybe the Long Island Railroad commuter. I like the convenience of it. I like the fact that you got notified when someone was typing. So if someone was going to send you a message, like, ooh. Say the little things you can add in to pick. You take a picture and put your little selfie in it and stuff. I did quite like it. That's how me and our ex-comrade used to communicate. So I uninstalled it a year ago. Red. There is a red. Oh crap. Uh-oh. Full brakes. Full brakes. No. Oh. Oh. Oh.
The next station is Hale.
Jesus H. Christ. Right. We've given up that service. My God. That was full brakes. I like this because these steps are here. Right, there's people waiting. So what's the time? St Ives, 11:17. 11:17. Right. So what we'll do is we'll speed up time because we can do that with dog mode. The world's quickest HST. Alright, so what we'll do now is we'll take the train down to St Ives when it comes back up. And then we'll come back up here and then either we'll have to go back to Penzance and take a Voyager. I didn't want to come back to Penzance now. It'd be nice to get a Voyager from here, but we won't know when they're coming through. Yeah, okay. Hang on, the destinations should tell us, shouldn't it, where they're going? Whoa, that's fast. Penzance. That's useful. Well, this platform should be the... Oh, I've collected a bloody ice cream. Penzance, 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 Penzance. But they're not all going to Penzance, are they? Considering that one was showing other destinations. They're all saying Penzance now. And our 1117's gone. Okay. So is our train actually going to come? You like ice cream? Godmo should have broke it because it's all it's done is speeding up the time. Let's look at the map. Oh, there's a train coming in. Where's our train? It should be on its way back up, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. So the train's on its way back. And then that'll do the turning around thing and then go back down to St Ives. So it's due to depart 11:17. I don't think it... Well, the turnaround's only as long as it takes a driver to walk from one end to the other end. I reckon any second now we should see it come around the corner. There's 4 minutes to turn around. Not a bad time. There it is. That's going slow. If that's at 4 times speed. Right, so let's go back to normal time. And let's go and take over the service. There we go. Right, keys unlocked, reverses in forward. Now look at the boards. That. Right. Unlock doors. Fine. No. Penzance, 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 Penzance. Yeah, they've broken. What we might have to do is when we get down, maybe we'll just do the... No. We'll go down to St Ives, or return to the menu, and then do a Voyager back up as far as we can. Rather than do the return trip to St Ives. We'll do it one way. 1922, yeah. Right, Lelant Sortings. And a nice little 150. Our ex-comrade wanted to come down, well, I suppose eventually he will, but was going to come down and walk between these. So get off at one, walk to the next one, wait for the next train, get on, get the train down, walk to the next one. one of those lines, a bit like, reminds me of the Cardiff Bay line. As a driver, I wonder if this is just the ideal trip to drive, because you are literally just spending a few hours coming up and down here, or whether you just get bored of it. St Ives is nice though. It's nice to walk around. Right. Yeah, the problem is then, with that sort of thing, complacency then sets in, isn't it? It's like any job where that's repetitive. You then don't pay attention. That's why bus drivers switch around, don't they? They don't do the same route all the time, because otherwise you get complacent with it. We have made it to Leland Sidings. I do like the 150. It is like the ferries going backwards and forwards. That's why they only do so many trips and then they come off again. I think the crew, I chatted to them a few times on the Spain ferry, and they used to do like, oh, wrong way, like 3 weeks. So 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. So they obviously lived on board. Right, St Ives, 2.7 miles. Yeah, that's one of the jobs with the highest suicide rate, isn't it? Being an ATC controller. I think my job gets stressful at times, blimey. Well, any job gets boring, doesn't it? Any job has that repetitiveness to it. Yes, we're not stopping at any of the in-between stations. So why stop at Leland site? It's an odd one to stop at, isn't it? So it stops at Leland, the closest one to St Earth, but then doesn't stop again until St Ives. Oh, it used to be the Park and Ride. Ah. So you park there and then get the train in. I wouldn't dream of driving into St Ives now. Parking at Penzance is bad enough. The amount of time I used to spend driving around that car park opposite the shopping centre trying to find a space. Oh no, yeah, when we went down in that February there was loads of spaces, but tried doing it in peak fortnight, last week of July, first week of August. You got no chance. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this down to St Ives, then we go back to the menu, and then grab a Voyager, and do a Voyager from Penzance. Or what we can actually, what we're going to do is look at the timetable. We'll see what time a Voyager's leaving Penzance. We'll go and position ourselves at St. Earth, wait for it to come in, and then nick it. Yeah, again, living so close to the Cotswolds, I don't go to the Cotswolds. One of those things, isn't it? I drive through it, well, it will be on Saturday. Drive through Burford and Stowe. I wouldn't want to park there. It's a long one. Yes, it's one of those routes. It's interesting because it's Penzance, but there's not a lot of stations. So it's one of those chilled routes. So it is nice to travel on though. I've only done it once. Like 2 years ago, trip we went down there. We had like 3 hours, I think it was. I think we got 2 of us got the train to Penzance, then got on a train to St. Earth. The other one came down, we met them at St. Earth. We went down to St. Ives, turned round, walked round St. Ives, came back to St. Earth, went down to Penzance, and then we had like an hour and a half, I think, before we had to leave again. So we went and found the spoons, had food, and then got back on the train for the 6.5 hour journey back home again. I think one of them then started the day in Luton, went down to London, got the train from Paddington all the way down to Penzance, so that was longer. And then we got off at Swindon. He carried on back to Paddington, had to get the train to Luton. So I think, having left the house at like 5 a.m, got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think. That's a long day. I wouldn't want to be getting off a train at Luton at 1 a.m. No, no. Well, I was going to do that when we was going to fly to Fuerteventura for a day last year. I was going to go and park at Luton, get the train to Gatwick, fly out from Gatwick, do the 24 hours in Fuerteventura, and then the return flight was back to Luton. And that was at like 10 o'clock at night, I think we got back. And then they've been using that shuttle-y thing to get back to the car at Luton Airport Parkway. I still like to do that. That was because we're literally going to be in Fuerteventura for 24 hours. I thought I'd organised a hire car. That would just been an amazing way to just spend 24 hours. Luton is what's a crap city. The only reason people go to Luton is because there's an airport there. So a bit like if there's a town surrounding LaGuardia, you only go there because it's an alternative to Heathrow. Yeah, but you forget, Colin, Tiger's got no taste. He's going to be impressed with my area of Swindon on Sunday then. He thinks Luton's a nice place. Right. Because the line used to carry on up here, didn't it? Where this car park is the line used to carry on. And they moved the station back here. Yeah. It used to go closer into town. So it always seems like too far away. Again, this is one of those moments where I got down here and it was like, and relax. Right, so let's go back to the menu. There's an elephant. It's only a 5-10 minute walk. I know. But for the size of the town, you'd think that it would be closer. Blackpool and Milton Keynes. Oh yeah, Milton Keynes. But if you've not watched Jetlag, the YouTube series, one of them hid out in Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes is one of those cities that was built. It never used to exist. It was created. But I like Birmingham. Right, so let's have a look at the timetable then for the Voyager. So Penzance to St Austell, 9:33. So if we spawn into St Earth at 9:30, no, 9:35, yeah, we shouldn't be far off. So let's do that then. So Penzance, St Earth, 9:35. We should then be able to grab a Voyager. Hopefully. Manchester Piccadilly, yeah, there we go. 9:43. You're going on a Voyager hunt to catch a big one. No comment. My other thought for a stream for Saturday, I don't think I could do it, was to do some Lego building. Have me and Trenty building Lego. But it's rigging up a camera. Yeah. But I don't think that'd be that interesting. Because I've got the big digger to build. There isn't room in here. I can't put a camera in here. Because this room's only 8 foot square. Right, has our train left yet? Let's have a look. It's leaving now. There you go. Right, Penzance to Manchester Piccadilly. It's on the way. That should leave first, I think. There's not enough here for this to be a rail cam type thing. That don't look big. They're only short, aren't they? They're like 4 cars and 5 cars. Put your hand out to make sure it stops. I never got to do that. I was never allowed. At the few request stops I've been at and got on trains at, I was never allowed to do the request stop thing. We await, we await even the arrival of a Voyager. How does it know to stop? You put your hand out. They have to approach the platform slowly in case there's someone on it. And you, like you do for a bus, you stick your hand out, and sometimes you'll get a honk from the driver to acknowledge the fact that they've spotted you, and they will stop. When you want it to stop at a request stop, you have to speak to the guard. They normally come through and go, anybody want to stop at these stations? So our ex-comrade used to go, yeah, we want to get off here. Why wouldn't I allow? Because that was their thing. Right, that's gone. So yeah, Monday night I'm going to do another one of the train journey things. I really enjoyed that last Saturday. It's going out on YouTube on Thursday, so it's going to be interesting to see what YouTube think of it. Probably hate it, because everything I like, YouTube doesn't. But going to do another one of those on Monday. And it's going to be on the London commuter. So I think I'm going to start at Balham, because we're going there on Sunday. We're going there on Sunday. So I think I'm going to start from Balham on Monday night. And then what I might do is get you guys to pick a time. Or hang on, I've just thought of something, right? What about whatever time we get to Balham on Sunday, that's the time I'll start from on Monday night. So I won't know what trains are coming, so I won't know which direction we're going to be going in, so I can't pre-check. So because I don't know when we're going to Balham on Sunday, what route we're doing, because we haven't done any planning. So if we get to Balham at, say, I don't know, 12:30, then on the Monday night, I'll start from Balham at 12:30. And then we'll see which direction. We'll see if we can get to Brighton. That would be the aim, really, because it's further away. So that's Monday night. There you go. See, I have brilliant ideas. I am just a genius. It's not all about the good looks and the personality. I have the ideas as well. Similar to you, then. No, I said good looks. Not stupid looks. There's a difference. You'd look better if you had shorter hair. Anyway. I do not see a train. How long does it take to get? It took me like about 3 or 4 minutes to get up here from Penzance. Is this train driver an idiot or something? He's got lost. He's taken the wrong turning. Has he gone through the train wash or something on the way? God, my car's filthy. I'll have to clean that for the MOT. He's actually going to stop at the station without panicking. I'm slightly concerned now that it's not going to appear. Although we have still got a minute. I should have sped up time, really. I've got to take Pat somewhere on Sunday as well, convince him to buy a laptop or a tablet. See if we can get the prize wallet open. I see a train. It's not a very long train. Every Voyager I've been on has always been absolutely rammed because they're never big enough. And they look friggin' ugly from the front. And the engines are revving too high. Don't take me in there. I'll spend money. Right, lock doors. Right, stop at... Oh, stopping at Hale. We didn't stop at Hale on the way down. Are we single-handed? Yes, we are. Yeah. They are. They sound like they're revving too high.
The next station is Hale. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
No, not Hay. Hale. Hale. Caesar. Have I been to Hale? I don't know if I've been to Hale. We do Hale? I think I might have done Hale. Yes, I think I bought tickets to Hale and didn't tell our ex-comrade. It was a surprise because I'm a nice guy like that. Maybe one day someone will surprise me with something nice. Right, we have less than a mile to go to Hale. So we probably won't get to take this all the way back. Maybe we'll go as far as Truro. And then see how busy Truro is. In our Voyageur. We have surprised me with Tiger. I'm just scared that when he comes here on Sunday, that he'll know where I live.
We are now approaching Hale. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
I am looking forward to seeing how Pat reacts to Stranger Things. What is he? He's be hiding behind a cushion or something.
This is Hale. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Camborne.
We have arrived at Hale. So yeah, this is a modded timetable for those wondering. And to be honest, it makes this line so much better. No, that's the ones on the sofa. No, I've got cushions, you know, little scatter cushion type cushions. No, the one with the stain is on the sofa. It's upside down, the middle one. Should take them off and wash them, really. Need to get a new sofa. One of many things on my list. It is a bit bright. It just sounds, the revs are so high. It's like they've left the choke on. Right, Camborne. But I like the cabin noises in it. I like the rattles.
Station is Camborne. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Yeah, you don't say the stops they're stopping at though, because that'd be quite a long list. Yeah, so we started out in the IET, then did HST, then 150, now Voyager. And 5 miles to go. So yeah, next week will be another UK route. And I think the week after might be as well. So a couple of weeks in the UK. Am I stopping at Camborne? I stopped at Camborne last time. Because I'm a professional and all that. Oh, I tried those, the Burger King chicken Pringles things. They taste just like chicken. I also bought some hot. I ordered the other ones, but they're out of stock. I paid like £2.50 a tube, and because Iceland, I might have to switch from shopping at Iceland now, because everything you get is smaller than you get anywhere else. I bought some Jaffa cakes, and they're literally probably the size of, I don't know, a bit bigger than a £2 coin. They're tiny. And it's like 2/3 of a tube of Pringles. But the hot ones I bought were actually quite hot. I could only eat a few of them. So I'm actually toying with looking at Ocado. It might cost me a bit more, but yeah, it was full. So oh, actually, I haven't thought of that. So whether it's a packaging thing then, but I just seemed like when the fact that the guy turned up and it was in a crate and I just oik it all onto the floor in the hall because they don't do carrier bags anymore. So when I was putting it all away, it was like, yeah, I feel like I've been diddled. That might be the thumbnail. Ocado minimum spend of 40 quid. Yeah, I normally spend 70, 80 quid with Iceland. I'll be alright. Right, got a 50 limit coming up here because of the bend. Past the abandoned station. And then round to Camborne. So yeah, we take this to Truro. This is one of those routes, and there's a few of them like this where I think they benefit from a different timetable. I think Northern Transpennines another one, and the Preston to Carlisle, there's a modern timetable for it as well. So I think there's actually a benefit to a modern timetable because it means you can use proper trains. I'm looking forward to getting more of the West Coast Main Line when we do. I wonder if we'll ever get the bit from... I know we've got the... was it Milton Keynes to Crewe coming? I wonder if we will ever get Milton Keynes to Birmingham to give you both options. I think that would be quite cool. And then we've got Whitehaven to Thingy coming. And there's another one in there on the West Coast Main Line that's coming as well. We've got Preston to Carlisle. A train, useful. A train on the track again, useful. I thought you might have actually provided some, actual proper information there, Trent. Yeah, you never know. It might come one day. I like Cross City.
Campbell, please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform and take care when stepping down.
No,
from
because
the train.
it makes sense to Lichfield Trent Valley. When we get the Lichfield Trent Valley route, to then route hop to Cross City makes sense. What I meant was, will we get a Milton Keynes to Birmingham via the Northampton thing, rather than Milton Keynes to Lichfield? So will we actually get Milton Keynes into New Street? So you'd have both. You could go Used to Be a Problem to Milton Keynes to New Street to Crewe to Preston to Carlisle, and then eventually hopefully to Glasgow. Have we seen Jethro at Camborne running along the platform? Our job is dead.
This is Camborne. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Red Roof.
No, I get what you're saying, but if you look at the route, the one we've got coming the next 3 months, I think it is, goes through Lichfield Trent Valley. So route hopping from the station at Lichfield Trent Valley to Cross City at Lichfield Trent Valley makes sense, because it's the same station. What I want is Milton Keynes straight into New Street. The only Jethro I know is from NCIS. I'm loving NCIS Origins. I hope it carries on, because I want to see the transition to what was the original NCIS. And what I would then be tempted to do would be to start watching NCIS from the beginning again. I tried watching NCIS Tony and Ziva. It was crap. But I love the original NCIS with Gibbs. And I stopped watching. Oh, Origins gets so good. Milton Keynes to Crewe. Yeah. Via Lichfield Trent Valley.
The next station is Red Roof. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
And don't forget, for anybody that was around last Saturday, where I was going in and out of Bushy, that sounded wrong, I'm actually going to be there this Sunday. So what I'll try and do is see if I can recreate the photo, or one of the photos from Bushy. Also going to go to Balham as well. You are thinking it, Tiger. We won't be going to Ealing Broadway, where today's train watching was from, because I'm going through there. Well, depends if I could get a cheap train ticket. But yeah, won't be doing that. You reckon you're all sweet and innocent, Tiger? You're getting worse. As being here. No, I agree with you. You're innocent. You're an idiot. Right, 2.6 miles from Red Roof. And yeah, going to do another one of those train journey things on the London commuter route on Monday night. So a nice chilled Monday evening. And from whatever time we actually get to Balham on Sunday, that's the time I'll start on Monday. What lines do you think will add in Train Sim World 7? If there's Train Sim World 7. I don't know. We were caught out with 6. Waterloo would be good. But it's that, where can you go in an hour? Obviously, there's a line I used to go up and down quite a lot. That used to run down to Shepperton. That's not a bad line because that goes through Wimbledon and Teddington. So that's not a bad run down. I don't know if Windsor... Is Windsor within that magic hour? Because the castle. I think it's Waterloo's a busy station. I don't know what other terminus they could do for London. Obviously, we have Paddington, we've had Euston, we've got Victoria. You could do... We've got St Pancras. So you've only got Charing Cross. Marylebone. So you could do the line out towards, like, Bicester. That sort of way. Marylebone to High Wycombe. The thing is, it's what if they're going to carry on a route like that. I almost can see what we've had with the West Coast Main Line, where I think maybe by this time next year, and I don't know this is me speculating, you know, we could have the whole of the West Coast Main Line done in bits. What if they then focused on the East Coast Main Line? Or what I'd like to see is this line. We've got to Reading. Give us Reading to Bristol, and give us Bristol to Exeter.
Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Because we know we've got the Tadami line coming. That opens up a lot of possibilities for non-American or German or British routes. And I think they've done that in a hope to gain more of a gaming market, because train sims seem to be quite big in Japan. So I think another continent will be good. But personally, I'd like to see the
This is Red Route.
Eurotunnel.
This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Truro.
Yeah, Bristol. Then so yeah. Well, what you suppose you could do Reading? Yeah, Reading to Bristol, because that's about an hour. And then you've got Bristol to Cardiff, which isn't that long, is it? But then you could do Bristol to Exeter. Then we've already got Exeter down to Plymouth. Then you want the Plymouth to St Austell. So there's not much to get that whole GWR thing in. They've already got the licensing for GWR. Right, we shall wait and make our way towards Truro. But I don't know. I think we'll get more out of Grand Central because that's becoming a bit of a hub now. So New York, there's so many urban stuff out of New York. Um, I think something big in in Germany would be good. I think the UK is a big market. So traditionally, it's been three, isn't it? It's been America, UK, and Germany. See, now Portsmouth would be great. At Portsmouth Harbour, I'd love that because that's one of my favourite bits of track. I quite like Portsmouth Harbour Station. Right, Truro, 7.5 miles. They did have it in Train Sim Classic. I've done it, I think. There's probably YouTube videos out there.
The next station is Truro. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Oh, no. No one understands the French signalling system. The French signalling system's complicated like French. German, easy. Definitely got to go back to Germany. I've still got 4 weeks holiday to use this year. And we'll be halfway through soon. A month in Germany. Imagine how expensive that'd be for a hire car. Eek. Alright, 7 miles to Truro. I don't think there'll be anything, well, there's nothing we can take out of Truro because although the lines, that's the Falmouth line, so although there's a few lines here, you can't really go anywhere else. The line only carries on up to St Austell or back down the way we come. So it's pretty much just one line, this route, and that's the branch goes off to Falmouth. So yeah, so you've got the St Ives line, and that's it. That's all you've got here. A little spur coming off around here. So not really a lot going on for a line, but yeah, it's not bad to do from time to time. As I said, this timetable mod makes it a lot more enjoyable. Yeah, it's a long old way. Imagine, I don't know if the crew would swap. Imagine where would this go? Does this go? Yes, goes via Gloucester, doesn't it? So I don't know where the crew would swap. Probably Plymouth. So Plymouth, then probably Birmingham, I should imagine, or Bristol. That's too close. Yeah, when we came back on the GWR, the crew changed at Plymouth because we didn't see the attendant after Plymouth. We were getting service. I had so many cups of coffee, and the ex-comrade had bags of crisps and bottles of water. And then after Plymouth, we didn't see anybody. I was like, oh, great. Right, 4.9 miles of the bendy route. Yeah, it's not as enjoyable as a proper commuter route, this one, but still enjoyable. There's probably a few of the UK ones I haven't really done much. I don't really do much Transpennine. I don't do the East Midlands one because it's not that exciting, because it's just short trips to Nottingham to Derby, and no one wants to go near Nottingham because that's way too close to Trent. You've got obviously the South Coast stuff I do a lot, so London commuter obviously, East Coast way. Probably the London lines, I think, although I seem to end up at Barking Riverside every time I go to London. Won't be this Sunday. The Barking Riverside line is probably the most boring. I don't mind the Mildmay line because there's quite a bit going on at Stratford, and that's going to get better when that gets the extension down to Richmond. So that'll be more enjoyable. It's just a shame it doesn't get extended to Clapham. So that's not that exciting. Great Western Express has got better because it's busier. Cardiff City's okay. Birmingham Cross City is enjoyable. Birmingham to Crewe, all right. Don't think Birmingham to Crewe is one that I would rush back to doing a lot, because again, it's not that exciting a route because there isn't that many stops on it. Not too keen on Blackpool branches. As much as I like the Pacer, it's not that exciting. Edinburgh to Glasgow is boring. East Coast Main Line is probably the most boring bit of route, apart from the Antelope Valley one, because that's just non-existent. 5 Circle Line's okay. Cathcart Circle's okay. The Glossop line's alright, don't mind that, apart from you do get a bit fed up of just the switching backwards and forwards between Glossop and Hatfield. Yeah, the ones I seem to come back to the most are, obviously, I think it's going to be a struggle for them to beat West Coast Main Line South. I almost think it's got to be another hub out of London to be that busy. And even though when that first released, it wasn't full timetable, I remember the first time I played it, it was like, this is too quiet. And then they released the full timetable for it. And since then, it's got busier. But yeah, I do think we need something else out of London. What's the one that goes off to Essex? That's Charing Cross, isn't it? No. Liverpool Street, yeah, that's the one. So full of all the people from Essex. So an Essex line would be quite interesting, because they're not that bad lengthwise. So Liverpool Street would be interesting. Fenchurch Street, the one with no tube connection, which I've always found weird. It's like, yeah, we're Plogness here, you can't get there by tube. Yeah, that's one that goes to Ipswich and stuff, isn't it? Is it outside Liverpool Street? Shoeburyness. Been there. Yeah, so that would be one of those busy lines. I personally like to see more coming out of Paddington. Like Waterloo would be good. There's so much going in and out of Waterloo, but they haven't got a license for SWR. They've got a license for Southern though, haven't they? So what's the one that goes Charing Cross? Is a terminus, isn't it, for Southern? Because they go Waterloo, the other Waterloo one, Waterloo East, and then Charing Cross. Also London Bridge. Yeah, London Bridge is busy. So you still get Thameslink stuff at London Bridge. They've got Thameslink license. So Waterloo, Charing Cross would be good. Used to go there. Used to get the train there to Forest Hill to get the overground when I were a lad. It doesn't go there anymore.
We are now approaching Truro. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Yeah, so Charing Cross would be good. Our ex-comrade would be doing cartwheels if that came in. Who knows? We've probably got another 4 months before we'll find out what's going to come in the next version of Train Sim.
This is Truro. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is St Austin.
Well, it is. But I can't close the door. I can't. Oh well. You'll have to close the door. Falmouth Docks at 10:20. The other driver can sort it, yeah. See what these sightings over here, look. But they're not there now. I bet I saw a car park or someone's built a Tesco there or something. Baldy. Are they leaving or what? Where are these people going? I want to see where they go. Where are you all going? What's down here? Ooh. Hang on. It's like platform 9 3/4. Hang on, it's leaving. Bye! The door's open. Yeah, it's fine. Hang on, isn't there a bay platform here, the one that goes down to Falmouth? Okay, look, not that we can take it down there. Or is it coming on here? Is there a bay platform? Yes, there is. This reminds me of Cardiff Queen Street, with the bay platform that goes to Cardiff Bay. Where's the... God, I remember I'm looking at these stupid little CRTs. Falmouth Docks, Falmouth Docks, Falmouth Docks. I think it's because I relinquished the service. It gets confused. I think that's what it does. If I relinquish the service, it buggers up the timetables. Okay. Right. What have we got? I don't think there's anything else much we can drive quickly on this timetable before we end. We've done the Voyager, we've done the HST, we've done the IET, we've done the 150. There'll only be rail tour stuff, I think. And some shunt reaction. Let's have a look. Voyager there, yeah, done that, done that. Yeah, you've got some shunt coaches around Long Rock. 375. Rail tour from Penzance to St Austell. drive part one of this light loco from Penzance. 47. So empty carriage moves, or a night Riviera service from Penzance to St Austell. So that's the overnight then, coming in from St Austell to Penzance. And you got the 52 doing a rail tour. We've got here 66. That'll be something freighty. That's shunting coaches. Driver. Who wants a rail tour pulled by a 66? What? Why? You're like, yes, I want to be on a freight train. Drive this rail tour from all sort of Penzance. Blimey. I don't think I've used a 52 much. Let's take this rail tour. We'll take it back to St Earth before we end. It's a rail tour with a freight train. Hey, we've converted these containers into coaches. Oh, this is going to sound... What? Okay. Oh, God, there's two of the bloody things. Okay, right, what have we got? We've got a horn, we've got a radio. Throttle's off, useful. Reverse into forward, that's handy. Key is on. The key is on. That's my little thing. We've got a window? We have. Open the window. Any sort of lights anywhere? No lights. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm gonna lay down here. Marker light on. Oh yeah, look, that little light there, look. That's useful. That's fine. This is going to go well, isn't it? Probably not. Can we get this to St Earth? Where are we stopping? Oh crap, we're not supposed to... Okay, we're not supposed to stop at St Earth. Is this train nighttime certified? The driver should be. There's movement. Right, hey, that's fine. Actually, I think that might be our thumbnail. Past Michael's mount. It's quite flat now. It was quite pointy before. Open the window over there? I can. Turn the safety systems on. Really? It's gone down a bit. It's not first thing in the morning now. Power. I know there's a lot of carriages, but surely, unless this thing was really underpowered, it doesn't need two of them, or unless it's because of the hills. An underpowered diesel. I do like an underpowered diesel. Yeah, this thing ain't got much power. Oh yeah, there's the mount. You can see the little thing on the end now. .75 limit, yeah, right. I don't know what the brakes are going to be like on this, if we have to try and stop at St. Earth. Is that it? Please don't say it's only got a maximum. Surely this thing has to do more than 60. Oh, there we go. Well, I suppose it's designed to pull weight though, isn't it? So oh, it's still accelerating uphill. Yeah, I'm only taking it as far as St. Earth, which I think is around here somewhere. Let's try the brakes. Yes, and Earth's just here. Oh no, we're fine. We'll be able to stop this easy. Okay, I might have slowed down a bit too soon. You know, I said St. Earth is just here. It's not. I knew it was round the corner. I didn't know which corner. Well, that's what I thought, it was that signal. I knew it was a signal, then a bend. I think there's some points as well for the changeover. Yeah, station on the map. I should have looked at the map, shouldn't I? I would have seen the station coming up. That would have been the clue. Yeah, so there's the where they turn around. Passenger's going to be like, why are we stopping here? I thought it was straight to St Austell. The driver's had enough. Also, I'll look in one of the carriages. Oh, they haven't got the compartments. Not that Harry Potter style. That's boring. I remember travelling on them. Yeah, just standard flipping. Yeah, empty as well, yeah. We're probably holding up other trains now because we stopped here and we shouldn't have done. Right, we'll let this depart. Relinquish service. Yeah, see you around 9. That seemed far too fast leaving there. There we go. Done. West Cornwall, done. I can definitely recommend checking out the Train Sim Community website if you're on PC and you want to look for some mods to make routes that you like more interesting. Loads of stuff on there, from timetable mods to repaints, God mode you can get from there. It's highly worth looking at. It does make your experience a lot better. That had an update recently, Thomas and Friends. Apparently still some stuff's broken. But we'll come back and do some more Thomas at some point in the next few months. So there we go. More trains back on Monday night. I'm not going to be driving them though. I'm going to be travelling around on them on London Commuter. And then Tuesday night, another UK route. Don't know what yet. But tomorrow night, me with my spanner in my hand, playing Car Mechanic Sim 2021. Never played it. Bought it in a sale, so going to be getting all greasy and oily tomorrow night. Thursday night, me, Trenty and Sim serving cocktails in Parisian Brasserie Sim. Friday night, some trucking and tunes. And Saturday night is going to be something. Me and Trenty doing something on Saturday. Don't know what yet. We need to work that one out. Not here Sunday because in London. And then Monday night, say, London commuter. And then more stuff back next week. So there we go. Thanks to you lot in chat then for keeping me company for the last 2.5 of the hour type things. And to these people that did things, we thank them. Well, I do. Thanks to Pops for resubscribing, which was thanks to Barry, and the moderation team for being, well, idiots and useless, who I should all replace. There we go. I will be back tomorrow night with a big oily thing in my hand. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.